and welcome to yet another interesting episode on Sport Time Benue Television. You're watching us live from Makudi, the Benue State capital. I am your presenter, Frank Onumanyajo, and in the studio with me today we have a guest, a former Lobby Star player in person of Mr. Ahmed Abel. Sir, it's a pleasure having you on the show today.
I'm grateful.
It's alright, you're welcome. And by my far right, I have my another guest, an interesting guest too. Is in person of Mr. Embassy Akume. You're welcome on the show.
Thank you.
And my normal in-house analyst in person of Tika Harris. You guys are welcome on the show.
Thank you.
So it's a pleasure having you in our midst today.
My big pleasure too.
It's alright. So I know you have gone to this system, in the footballing system. You've gone far and wide, and a former Lobby Star player too.
Yes.
I'll be going to tell us more interesting stories about the Lobby Stars. Now, first on the item today, we're looking at the Lobby Stars. Lobby Stars unveil new players, the new signed players ahead of 2024-2025 season. Yes, about 15 players. And we'll be going into that too. But before we go into that, I want you to give us more light on signing up to 15 players. That is the overhaul team. And do you see that changing or bringing good result to a team? Because definitely you're bringing 15 people. So who? Yes, club depth is good when you have SS players. Yes, but the players need to adapt to the system of the coaching.
Exactly.
And so signing 15 players, is it a wise one for Lobby Stars?
Thank you so much for giving me this chance to talk. The team is a team that has experience in the management and as well as the technical crew. The man called Agabe, I know him very well. He's a good tactician and has been handling teams over time. I know the last team, their last performance last year, they had issues because at a point in time the depth was no more there, and that was when it matters most. So they started dropping points, and towards the ending, they now lost the focus they used to want to get and the point they wanted to arrive at. So giving a good depth now, I think it is a wise one. I also saw that they included the grassroots too. And I'm telling you, that's the most wise step they have ever taken, because grassroots is where football is now.
Okay.
The grassroots provides even the European clubs fresh players. But here we look at those that must have played one or two clubs before they bring in. So the grassroots there should not be looked under or underestimated in any way. And I'm thinking some players too will be leaving. So with such inclusion is also to replace those that may not be there again. So I think it is not too much volume that will say, okay, they have effect negatively on the team. It's a good one.
Okay. Yes, we'll be looking at those players now. Number one on the list, we have Akor Itodo from Gombe United. He's a goalkeeper.
Okay.
He's one of the new signings too, as you can see. That is the player in person we're talking about.
Okay.
And we have second on the list, we have Aon Yawenga Jaffet, the Makudi local government. You're talking about the grassroots.
Yes.
I think he's one of the grassroots football.
Okay.
And Lobby have signed. And third on the list, we have Babatunde from Aqua United.
Okay.
He's a defender. Okay, so I think we'll go on the fourth on the list. We have Hilega Bemshuma from Makudi local government, the same grassroots football we're talking about.
Yes.
And then five on the list, we have Ifeanyi Assurance from Bayelsa State, Bayelsa United.
Bayelsa United.
Yeah, a midfielder. Yeah, six is Jude Williams from Benue Insurance. He's a central. Yeah, a central back.
GD.
And then we have Jimmy Itije from Plateau United.
Okay.
He's a defensive midfielder. Then we'll talk about Kongbanda Joseph, same grassroots football from Vanica local government, is an attacking midfielder. And we're talking about Matthew Arenzi from Abia Warriors. a central back, and we'll have Osis Martins from Bremo Stars. Is a forwarder.
Okay.
Then we'll have Samuel Doma. I mean Samuel from Doma United.
Doma United.
Yeah, he's an attacking player too.
Okay.
And 12 we'll have Segun Oluwa Toba from Ijebu United, an attacking midfielder too. Okay. Then Taylor Peters, grassroots football from Boku local government, a central back. Then we'll have Tokuma, the same grassroots football from Boku. And we'll have Valentine Igiga from Gombe United, a right back. In some of our episodes that we did and you were not here, we talked about the Lobby Stars, how they dropped from second, third, fifth down, and just ready to talk about. So we talked about that Lobby need to be restructured. So I think they have discovered and they need more players. We had a guest that was saying those players were substandard players to play at the top class. They were not players to give us result. So I hope these players should be players that will take Lobby to where we want Lobby to be. Mr. Harris.
Yes.
We have listed all the players here, and you're looking at the signings. As you've taken a bold steps in bringing in these quality players, we call them quality players because from the clubs they're coming from, and we're talking about grassroots football, I think they have gone back to the drawing board to make sure they have the best players.
Okay.
Project Lobby Stars.
Yes. Thank you very much. Just like my able coach has said, you see, grassroots is where the game is. We don't need to be looking at it like they are not tested or they are unknown. But the truth is, the grassroots plays with more hunger and more zeal and commitment for that eagerness to become popular and become a star. It gives them that fighting spirit. So I think the Lobby Stars management, I think headed by Yufa, has done a yeoman's job. And they didn't just bring in grassroots players only, they brought other experienced players who will now guide the grassroots players and show them the way how it is done in the system, how the system already works. So I don't think Lobby Stars got that wrong. They got it right.
Yeah, Mr. Emerson, do you have anything to talk about?
Yeah, just to add to it, for the importance of grassroots players, we having a case, in Africa here we have Zambia to as an example. If you look at Zambian team, they are made up of totally home front players. And if you see them in African Cup of Nations, they always get towards the
semi-finals.
Yeah, you understand?
Yes.
As compared to a case where we have maybe Nigerian players, we have Cameroonians, we have Ghanaian players who are coming from Premier League, La Liga, and Italian League, where they must blend before taking off. So we have these players that play at the home front before getting to that stage, and they get along and they understand themselves. So home-based players are very, very important in bringing up.
I think it's yielding out a good result because they are out for preseason now, and they've shown us that they
have not lost a match.
They have not lost a match. Normally preseason are just the readiness ahead of season, so they have proven it right that yes, this time we'll get to that continental ticket, we'll have it, and as we all know, Aperico Stadium is under construction now. In a few months, Lobby Stars will come back home and we'll watch them how they play. Okay, we'll go to boxing, where Israel Adesanya was defeated by a South African middleweight champion. What's that his name again? Ducaus. Yeah. So
Duplessis.
Yes, the video we're going to play shortly. We'll see how the match, how he was defeated. But my prayers and our humble prayers is he will go back and he will bounce back again.
He's he was a two-time champion,
Champions, yeah,
former
yeah.
champion.
But in recent time he has been defeated twice on a row.
Yes, I think he has to. He's stepping up. He has stepped up his category. You understand? The category he was in, he has stepped up his category a bit. So he's now trying to enter a tougher category, a higher category. But he's a two-time former world champion. So he's a fighter. He will always come back stronger.
Yes, we hope
Yes.
he'll come back. But the video we're going to play will see how he was defeated. He tried. But at least let's give him credit. He has done
Very well.
very
Nobody
well.
nobody will take anything from him. He's a good boxer. He's a good MMA, mixed martial arts, kickboxing.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. And Samson Siasa was banned for some months. So he'll be back.
Yes.
Yes.
5 years.
He's going to be back in contenders, and Mighty Jets are waiting for him. He has a contract. In fact, they are closing in signing him as a coach. I think it's a wise one for Mighty Jets, and with the experience he has, I think Mighty Jets will be a team not to write home about. So Siasa coming to Mighty Jets.
Yes.
You see them taking the league?
No, I don't. I won't say they will not take the lead. Neither will I say they will take the league. The thing is this: when a team signs a big coach, the expectation is always more because of the vast experience he has. He will be able to assemble good players, and then the tactical side of it, you can't take it away from him. But for me to say win the league, I think it's too early to say that. But I assure you that he's going to give just something to watch. New face of football will come to just because he is eager. He's eager to stamp his leg on this football world again.
Back again,
He has missed the game.
He missed a lot, and he's not happy.
Yes.
Now that he's having the chance, he wants to show the world, yes, he's still the CRCR they used to know.
But looking at his pedigree, Mr. Harris,
Yes.
he has done well with the
National teams.
national team too.
Yes.
So are they coming to Mighty Jets? I think the expectations will be very, very high, and with the experience, like you said, you've not concluded that you wouldn't say he's going to take the league
or not.
But they will be contenders. I don't know
Because of Siasia. The thing is, football is a dynamic game. Siasia has been under a ban for 5 years. The ban just elapsed, I think, a week ago or 2 weeks. If you leave the game, it leaves you. He was banned from that game not to have any. The instruction was don't have anything to do with football, locally or internationally. So he left the game completely. He wasn't in touch with the game. If they found out that he was in touch with the game, they would have brought up more penalties. So right now, I think he's going to struggle to catch up. 5 years is not 5 days. In football, this computerized era where things change within a few weeks. But my prayer is that he is a warrior. So I don't think he will suffer too much. But Mighty Jets may not be able to win the league. It's too early to talk towards that direction because we have teams like Plateau United, Enyimba, Rivers, Lobby Stars, who are perennial, contenders. So the Rangers and all of that. I think Kano Pillars are there. Yes. Good. For you to say, or for me to now insinuate that Mighty Jets might win the league, I think that would be too big for them because the coach they have will be trying to get back to grassroots current happenings in Nigerian football. Why the team is coming back after a very Mighty Jets as a team is coming back to the Nigerian Professional Football League after a very long time. So it will be too big for them.
All right, Mr. Embassy,
Yes.
you talked about Mr. Harris talking about Samson Sia being out of the system for 5 years. But let me just take you back a little bit. Let's just I'll give you one example too. And even in European leagues and all that, some coaches they take break. Not with bound. They'll go home. I mean, they'll leave the system. They'll go back.
Sabbatical.
Yeah, they will still resurface and come back.
1 year.
It mustn't be, yes, but I'm just trying to let you know that Siasa being banned from footballing doesn't mean he doesn't follow football. Or he doesn't,
sorry,
I told you this was a ban.
I want to go with Mr. Harry.
This was a ban.
I want to go with Mr. Harry because we talk about consistency. Consistency is very, very important. Let me mention a case. David De Gea left Man United and he was out of playing for a whole season. When Fiorentina signed him,
yesterday,
they can't just play him because he had a record and he has been a better goalkeeper. You have to rest him to watch, and pick up before. So consistency is very important. Once you leave it, it's just like a computer system or it's just like a machine. Once you are not there, you need some processes to catch up.
Oil it.
Something seriously have been out of coaching for some time
5 years.
or 5 years. You cannot just jump into the system and get there where you are thinking.
Does it mean the other coaches have been sleeping?
You understand?
Now you see De Gea you're talking about.
Yes.
He played a match for Fiorentina. Yesterday or
yesterday.
They considered 3 goals.
Yeah, but actually before they came from behind to win them,
they
won the match.
They played 3-3. 3-3, yeah. He was just letting in goals and people were laughing that why you just bring?
And they lost their first match in the league.
That is it.
So that is the effect of consistency.
And also you should know that we are talking about suspension. You are talking about sabbatical, where somebody goes on willingly, where he still follows the game. Siasia was
privately does 1 or 2 to keep up.
Siasia was instructed not to have anything to do with football for 5 years, locally or internationally, or even at home.
I hope Matty just we don't get it wrong.
Actually, we wish them well.
We wish them well.
Yes.
But they shouldn't expect that. They shouldn't expect that. Siasia is a magician. You understand? He's not a magician.
Yeah, but you know now that we're struggling to look for a manager that will take the Super Eagles to AFCON again. I think he should have been one of the contenders here at Eguavon. They should have handled the team to them to take charge.
Do you want us to discuss Super Eagles now?
No, I'm just saying. I know where you're driving about because the politics.
Because that's another issue altogether. They're talking about. They are talking about Eguavon now taking the reins as an interim coach, bringing in Siasia as one of the assistants, and then Ilechuku as one of the assistants. So I think the Ilechuku is is he the current Enyimba coach or what? So
it's all right. We'll go on a quick break.
All right.
And so that we'll come back. We'll discuss about Olympics. We'll go on a short break and we'll be back. We'll bring you more updates on sport. So stay tuned.
Yeah.
Hi and welcome to Entertainment Timeout on Benue Television.
Welcome back. For just joining us, this is Sport Time on Benue Television, where we keep you up to date in the world of sports. Before we went on that break, we were talking about Samson Sia taking over Mighty Jets now. So we'll go straight to the Olympics. We want to talk about the poor outing of Nigerian in the Olympics in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had about eight 28 athletes that were sent to compete in 12 sports, and we could not even bring back a medal. The abysmal performances, and there were a lot of people been talking about, and I mean, on social media you go, and our form has dropped to the Nigerian, in fact the footballing system in Nigeria has dropped drastically. And what could be the reason
Thank you very much.
and the solution?
Okay. First of all, I will say that you can't be doing the same thing every day, getting this, expecting a different result when you don't
Change your
change.
ways.
Nigeria football or the sports generally, what they do is this. Preparation for tournaments is always an issue. When there is a tournament at hand, they prefer to do fire brigade. And Olympics is not like that. If you go to America now, those that will be competing the next Olympic are already preparing as we speak. They will be preparing now for the next Olympics. But Nigerians, they are not like that. Rather, they will wait maybe 2 weeks or a month to. They now start. They start. How can you get results with people that are there, that knows the value of Olympics? They know what Olympic means, even to the political destiny of their region. So that is one issue. And then the other thing is this. Selection of players. That is another thing. And then when they select players, they used to use this man, no man. Bring this person, let's go, we can go. And at the end of the day, there must be something give and take behind. This is true, because I also passed through it when I was in the cadet level during my time. Some of these things, these people will come, they will collect something for you, you go. Sometimes it bounces back again, and the result is always there to show. And then there's another thing again. There are many sports there. We will go, we'll carry sports, carry everybody to go. Some wise nations, what they do, where the area of their strength, they concentrate there. They concentrate on those areas of their strength. It could be boxing, it could be weightlifting, it could be swimming, it could be anyone that they feel they are good at. Then they put all their resources there and make sure the coaches are up to date. Then when they get there, they bring something back home. But we spread our resources across everything. Every sport we hear about, we go there. And then we are performing even below average. So what do we expect? We can't get more than what we are getting.
So, Masari is talking about average, below average. But I think we had professional like table tennis. We talk about table tennis.
Aruna Quadri. Over time, I told you, we were talking about that in one of our programs here. I said, if Aruna Quadri is not representing Nigeria today, or if he retires, who is taking over from him?
Yeah,
he has been on the podium for so long, for more than 10 years, and there is nobody understudying him. There is nobody going close to him. This doesn't happen in civilized climes or countries that are serious, because just as my able coach has said, in China, US, Germany, Japan, Australia, because these are countries that are always in the forefront in the Olympics, the people they used in these Olympics have outlived or have played their own part. Those that are coming for the next Olympics are in camp now, training, undergoing various stages of training, preparing them for the next Olympics. When time comes, there'll be no debate, there'll be no man, there'll be no issue of a senator selecting or governor pushing. The ministries, their sports ministries are so arranged in such a way that the government doesn't interfere. The government only funds if they want to fund, or they have corporate bodies that fund this development of players. Take your squad or your team to the Olympics, and when they get in there, you see the result on the first day of Olympics. Before you know it, China and US start winning medals. They start winning medals. They have sports they do that we don't even recognize. I think if we develop these sports, we can even try Now come down to selection of players. First of all, we make mockery of preparation. Somebody prepares for 4 years and you get up in 3 months.
You want to
overtake that person.
No.
Is it magic?
No.
Doesn't work like that.
Then when it comes to selection, it's another issue.
Before we talk about selection, with the facilities for training.
Yes.
Good. The facilities, are completely outdated, or if they are there at all, they are always not there. We have to go to some of these countries to train our sportsmen. Do you think they will give us the best facilities to train when they are also coming for the competition? They will give you the ones that they are not using. Remember, in this current Olympics, a Nigerian cyclist had to borrow a bike from a German contingent. Why did they give him that bike? Because he was a professional in Germany. They knew him. They knew her, It was a lady. She was to go for cycling. Nigeria did not have a bicycle. You can imagine a country like Nigeria
Can provide basic thing.
Okay, that's facilities. Now, the emoluments or bonuses, let me call it bonuses, given to players is another issue. Take this money, give to these players.
About their welfare.
Yes, give this player. It becomes a big problem. You hear money developed wings and flew away.
And
Now, when you come down to the after the selection process, when they get there, at the end of the day, some of these athletes. I remember a U.S. athlete won. I think she won a silver medal for U.S. this time. In the last Olympics, she represented Nigeria.
Yes, I was about to mention.
She represented Nigeria.
Yes.
What happened? There were errors in registering her.
Yeah, she was not registered.
Yes.
But how could
something like that happen?
That silly
That stage, at that level.
So it means the people that are there don't even know about the sports. They don't even know what they are doing at all. They just go in there because they have connections with 1 or 2 politicians, and then they find their way there, and then they start making jest of the whole country. Look at a big country like Nigeria with 88 athletes going for an Olympics and 50 officials not coming back with a medal, participating in 12 sports after making a whole lot of noise.
Now,
countries like
to the Tigers,
and then small countries, very small countries that went with just 5-man contingent were coming back with medals.
if you could remember,
That's exactly what he said.
Yes.
You don't just go because people are going there. If people
You just broaden the ways because you want to participate
chop
in
money.
everything, and then you don't have a focus.
They want government to release a lot of funds so that they will chop the money.
The fact that your flag is hoisted in Olympic is okay for your country.
That is it.
So it's not even the medals that the world wants to see. Are you in the Olympics? If you are there, your flag is shown. It's okay. Then the next thing, concentrate on your few people that you put all the resources. Then at the end, you can bring back home the joy the rest people in the country will want to have is: did we win anything? What did we win? Is it silver, bronze, or gold? Just even if it is bronze,
You see the
the
confusion.
country will be happy.
Yes. You see, because when you win, especially the gold, the anthem is always recited.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's a thing of pride.
it's an honor to your country.
but this thing is affecting.
It is going so deep.
We're going
Yes.
down.
It is
we're
going so
dropping.
deep.
Even the FIFA ranking, we are dropping.
That is it.
Look, you can. These small African countries are doing.
They
far,
are, like I told you
far
last
better
time. I told you
than
last time
Ah.
that look, especially we always concentrate on football.
us. Yes,
But look at, see, these countries are taking over. In the past, during the time of them, Siasia, Keshi, if we are playing a match with any of these Mino African countries, I'm telling you, 5-0, 6-0, 7-0.
Yes.
Burkina Faso, 7
They
goals.
can't even stand the heat.
They can't even stand the heat. They couldn't in those days. But now Nigeria goes to play with Benin Republic and we will be shivering. We will be shivering.
The
Benin
only
Republic
country-
now.
The only
Benin
country that Nigeria would defeat is Sao Tome.
We can't be too sure of that.
Benin Republic that we
You can't
donate
be
players
sure.
to. You know, half of the crux of the team is from Nigeria.
Nigerians,
Benin Republic.
Nigerians.
They beat us last time 2-1, and we're having an AFCON qualifier with them. These teams, they are using a coach we threw away, Gernot Raw.
Yeah.
We sent him packing. Within months, he has developed the team to come back to beat us. What are we doing?
Can I say
Yeah.
something?
If you want to add more,
Yeah, I wanted to say something. You know, I want us to relate two things. One, if you see these Olympics, many of those participants that are winning medals, and if you check their origin, they are from Nigeria.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I'm coming. I want to relate two things. One, the originality. Now, most of these participants, be it football, be it any of these athletes, most of them are from Nigeria. Okay, let me say, okay, if you go to Europe now, in football, many of those players topping the chart, and if you trace their origin, they are from Africa. There is one thing Mourinho said, that if you can return all the players to Africa, Africa will be, they will always win the World Cup, and we enjoy watching football in Africa more than in Europe.
Yes.
So now, if you look at it, I want us to compare two things. One, the motivation, which is the enumeration,
Yes.
which is the payment or whatsoever.
Exactly.
It's
Everybody
another
just
thing.
disappears from
You
the
understand?
compass.
Now I ask you, why is it that those players leave Africa, or name a case scenario of Nigeria? Why do they don't want to play for Nigeria? They want to become originality of another country. So we have professionals who can win the medals and everything for us, going for other countries. Like the case you said, a female Nigerian going to represent.
Sorry for that breaking transmission. If you're just joining us, this is Sport Time on Benue Television, where we keep you up to date. Before that breaking transmission, we were talking about
Yes.
Motivation.
So I was trying to relate two things. You know, the fact that our Nigerian indigenes are living, in sports, in being it in football, Olympics, just as we mentioned the scenario of the Olympics now. If you check other countries, most of them winning medals, and they are Nigerians. Now, why are they living while representing nations of other countries? Why? And then the motivation. Is it that there is no motivation? Is it there is nothing to hold them? Just like I told you the case of Mourinho, there is something that's leading them there. But if the nation and our country as a nation can work towards keeping our own indigenes to represent their own country in all of these athletes and or sports, then we can have what to present and we can have what to bring back at home in any of the competitions.
Exactly.
You understand? So when the nation try to blend these two, then we can have a far way to go.
Yes, much as we would like all these Nigerians adopting other countries to represent us, it has to start. They say charity begins from home. We have to set things right. We have to set the house right. The house is not in order. Look at the way it takes the Ministry of Sports so long for them to release funds for any competition. It becomes a hula baloo kind of thing. There will be issues with the Minister of Sports, and then whoever is in charge of what a particular sport or the whole contingent as a whole in general. Everything is shrouded in secrecy. You won't even understand what is happening. At the end of the day, you discover that monies were released, and then somebody siphoned the money and then told the team a different story. I remember our Super Falcons winning the African Cup of Nations and then keeping it, refusing to give it to the NFF. They did it in South Africa.
Yes,
they did it in Cameroon.
They did that.
They've done it like 2 to 3 times. In South Africa, it was Peter Said-Ida of DSTV Super Sport that was intervened because the hotel they were lodging had to push the girls out because they didn't have money to pay for the hotel. Then this former Riverside Peter Said-Ida Peter Odili.
Yes,
Peter Odili had to
Odili.
send funds to Peter Side to settle for the bills they were owing. Then I remember sometimes these ladies slept at the airport. Going to a tournament, there was no hotel arrangement made. They slept at the airport.
It's okay.
Now I recall, sorry, jokingly, I now recall what somebody just posted on the social media. I was trying to say, now that the country is not not in good shape, in all aspect of life, how can the athletes bring back something home? How can they think right,
And also say that there's something interesting again. Colombia 2024, our Falconets, the under 20 girls. The Falconers are now set to confront their counterparts from Australia in the first of their 2 friendlies match. Matches organized by the NFL to ensure the teams the readiness of the FIFA under 20 Women's World Cup. So that's going to take place on the 31st of August. That's this month to 22nd of September. I will now divert our attention to that and our prayers, and we hope the Super Falcons go there and make us proud.
Amen.
Looking at this on the 20 female team, I don't know, they have ideas. Are they ready to play for Nigeria or still? I think they're coming up. When they are coming up, they have the team is always there. You get it. When they have gone out and see money, they'll come back and but we still go back to the welfare about the year. All the athletes in Nigeria would want to play, but talking about that welfare is not really, and that's where we're getting it wrong in the sport too. So I hope and I think they should look into these young girls.
Yes, thank you very much. I think in football is one sport that gives us joy, that unites us, that makes us live as if we don't have differences in this country. And I always see that anything you put into football, you are putting it to the life of every Nigerian too. This female team, for me, the whole category of the female teams, they're the only side that are bringing the joy to us now. I watched this on the 20, even while they were still on the 17. Yes, I watched them till they transited to under 20, this same squad. There's one of my players there too, Ado, this girl in Benue here. Ado,
Okay.
yes, she plays very well. She plays in the midfield there, and she's in this squad too. So I watched them. I came close to them in December when I was running a course in NIS. So we always go there, watch their training, do practicals with them. They have quality, you understand? And because, I don't know whether because they are female, they're so excited playing. They don't much worry about what to come. If they get their food, they have their hotel accommodation, they bath, they get everything. They are not so disturbed. So I don't know, maybe that's why they don't worry so much. But this team is a team to beat. They are good side, they are determined, and then they work, they are ready, they show commitment so much. And I was so surprised that the level of their intelligence is almost comparable with the male teams now. If you see them playing, the skills they display, oh, you marvel. But this is the level of football now generally in the world. So the area of welfare, they are heading to the World Cup, and that is the most thing that makes even a player go to any extent. There was a time in Nigeria, Sia was heading under 20, and there was nothing for these boys. Each time it comes to their bonus, nothing. Sia was dipping hand in his own purse to pay them, and I remember some players said they are playing for Sia. They will play for Sia.
Yes,
you remember?
I remember, yes.
And what did they do? They went to the highest point with it. So motivation is very, very key for a player. The game is not a permanent game. It's not a game that you can take too long to play. After a short time, you are off the scene. It's not a pensionable career. What you pick today on your way is what you fall back to tomorrow when you are no more active. So I see no reason why they should play with their welfare, because this welfare is part of it that they go and establish. They do one or two things with their family, and then tomorrow when they are no more, injury too can truncate your future. Injury can just come in, you can't play again. There's nothing you can do. You can't go and borrow another leg. Injury can send you off the pitch. So welfare is very, very, very key, and I pray that those stakeholders at the top there should look at it and look at it very well.
That's all right.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much
Thank you
for
so
giving
much.
us that. And so we'll go on a short break and we'll come back. We'll take you straight to the EPL and what is happening in Europe. So stay tuned.
Oh yeah, me. Oh yeah, me. Oh yeah, me. Yeah, me. As I come enter the place, make you tell me what I have for. Yeah.
This is Yami Benue TV. A lot of people have been yamming us. Okay, so we could go meet all these
Most of
mamas.
these foods they bring up for family. Like handwork is just the best.
Make I know. Yami. Make it just yummy, make I know. Yummy, yummy. Make it just yummy, make I know. Yummy, yummy.
Welcome back for joining us this sport time on Benue Television. You're watching us live from Makodi, the Benue State capital. And now we'll go straight to the EPL now. On the list now we'll talk about Chelsea. They just played their Europa Conference League yesterday. They had a victory and they won 2-0. But Chelsea has 42 players in their squad. It's amazing. But before we do that, the video of their European Conference League will be played shortly before we come back to the squad. And the big question is, how does Enzo Maresca deals with it? Mr. Harris.
Yes.
when you have 43 players in the squad.
Okay. Chelsea currently has 28 players. The other players have either gone on loan or are trying to get a transfer. Some have been sold, some are trying to get a transfer, and those that are not yet out of the team are training with the under 21s. So the coach, he even said it on an interview on Chelsea TV. He said he is working with only 28 players.
Look at that's Chelsea team in each position.
Yes.
Look at the
Nothing
players.
less than 3.
Yes.
And each position.
All right. Chilwell is not there. Sterling is not there. Kellyman is not there. Anjorin is not there.
But they are yet to leave.
They have
They are
left.
still there.
They have left
Telling.
on loan or sold. Okay, where is Chaloba? Chaloba is
Chalobah is
he's not there anymore.
okay.
Achempong is not there anymore.
Okay.
It's not there. Look at the goalkeepers. Some of them have gone on loan already. Some have been sold. Broja has gone. Broja signed for Ipswich Town, £30 million. No, a loan with an obligation to buy for £30 million. Yes. Washington has been sold. He has gone on loan also. Lukaku is about to leave. Now, if they sign another player between Guyu and I think Guyu is leaving. Guyu will leave on loan also.
But Joe Felix is coming to Chelsea too.
He has come to Chelsea already. That's what I'm telling you. The coach himself said he is working with, he laughed at this insinuation that he is having an over bloated squad. He said no, he's working with only 28 players. So I assure you, okay, look at that. Who is that Gabriel there? He's not there. It's only Palmer and Madueke that are there. Gallagher has left, but his name is there. Cassidy has left. Matos is not there.
Yeah. Anyway, I agree with you that most of these players you are saying are not there.
You will see them.
But the fact is that if you see their transfer, you see the number of signing they have done so far.
Some of these businesses are transacted quietly.
Yes,
we even know. You will just hear that this one left.
Yes,
you understand?
I'm not making emphasis on the players leaving, but if you see their incoming, if you see their players coming in, you know, they have numerous players at each position coming in. The question is, I see the Maresca facing a selection problem, but if at all we see in the upcoming matches, of course in the first match when we say anything can happen because it was against a big team like a Man City
who have been together for so many years. But another issue is that even all the teams in England, all the EPL teams have a squad of over 45 players.
Actually,
all the teams, you have a pool of players to choose from. You understand? Now the only thing is the first team is only trimmed down to 28. That is with some players and then I think 5 goalkeepers.
Yes, but there is a difference between when you have existing players and when you are bringing in new players. Because when you bring a player, I think one of the prominent conditions is that you are signing that player to come and put him in play to be maybe a first time starter. Because I cannot sign for a club and you even at the point of signing you are telling me I will be an option.
No,
the condition of signing me is for me to be a starter. That means I think that is a condition that taking to each of the players. Say okay, you are coming to be a starter. When you are signing 3 players at a very position, let's say that at a forward, the promise is that they are going to be a starter. Now the selection pattern and the selection problem comes in.
What is happening in Chelsea has happened in Liverpool, has happened in Man City, it has happened in Man U. It's still happening. Man U are still selling and buying.
Of course.
Yes. When Jurgen Klopp came to Man City, you know, Brendan Rodgers first. Brendan Rodgers came to Liverpool. He bought a whole 2 teams, 22 players. Then suddenly he left because he was not winning anything. Then they brought in Klopp. Klopp came and started selling off those players and then buying his own.
Now, can we relate that to can we relate that Brendan Rodgers' case to a selection problem?
It wasn't selection problems.
Okay.
It was because he was not able to build a team so fast, the way and manner Klopp and
It's all right, Mr. Harris. Still talking about Chelsea. We'll play the video of Chelsea Conference League is going to play shortly.
Okay, the preliminary qualification match for the
Conference League.
Yesterday.
And then, yes, while that video, while waiting for the video, Sterling, your Chelsea,
Raheem Sterling,
yes, has been offered to Aston Villa.
Aston Villa, yes. That's what I told you. Many players are going. Chilwell is going. Sterling is going. It's a good one. They have to. You see, Sterling's performances have dropped of late. Coach, you will agree with me. Me and you watch these guys every day. We are always in the film hall watching these guys. What we expect from one, you should know that Sterling was even dropped from the national team.
Yes, that's the first this thing.
Yes, you cannot cheat the white man. They have data. They collect data. They use scientific means of getting your performance levels. So you can't cheat them. It is only we that watch with the eyes and then conclude. They use other methods of getting their information about you.
All right, let's watch that video of Chelsea Conference League.
Point of view regarding this very much, I was at a point disappointed because seeing Chelsea looking at getting into a European tournament like Conference League and playing against vets which are
relatively unknown,
not just a popular team.
They are not known at all.
So I was expecting them to come up even with a better result. I was surprised. I was surprised seeing a 0-0 at first half. And then they took over the second half, but I expected a better result.
They were booed at the.
Yes, let me just chip in something. Yes. I think football is going beyond the way we think. Nobody is an underdog again. Nobody. Even in the African scene, we said it earlier that Republic of Benin, if they hear Nigeria, they normally go and hide under the carpet. But today they are beating us just the way they want. See, the truth of the matter is that your preparation matters. And if you are at the top, you are at the top. Expect challenges the next season. Yeah, there was this time, if you win the league, then this era of Man U winning the league back to back, all those things, the year they win the league, the next year, the beginning of the season, every match they play is like they are playing a cup final.
Yes, they always struggled
because the lower teams also want to prove a point. Especially now that football is a worldwide industry that is so lucrative that everybody is inside. So you can imagine, you can't just say you underrate anybody. You don't underrate any team. This team, I've not heard about this name, this Servette. I didn't hear about the name before. But look at them now, they are playing. They are giving Chelsea a price for their money.
Yeah. A run for their money.
Yes, a run for their money. Because they are also footballers. There are players there, you'll be surprised, they are representing their national team in their country. They are playing this team. because even in that's why I say the grassroots has invaded football positively. The team I coach, Young Mayors Jackies, we have players that we groom in Makodi here, sell them to the for Europe market. They are playing very well there. They have not played a league match or a league club in Nigeria here, but we groom them with the standard that if they get to Europe, they hit the ground running immediately. And these are the players that some of them are representing such countries or representing other countries like that. Servette is another team. You don't just say, oh, Chelsea, because it's a big team, it's in Europe, it has won, what do they call it? Champions League. Therefore, if any team like this is just 5-0, no. Football has gone beyond that. So everybody is good to go, depending on how you prepare yourself.
Exactly.
Yes.
And most times when these teams we call underdogs come up against big teams, it's a do or die affair to them. So you won't just think it's going to be a troll.
Stop. All right, a good news for Arsenal. Arsenal has made a good signing from Atletico Bilbao. But yeah, Arsenal has signed Mikel
Moreno.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah.
And Chelsea signed Joao Felix.
Yeah. So okay. So and Mr. Embassy, we're talking about Man United now. Manuel Gata, is aging close to Man United.
Yes.
And so what qualities? Last stages. Yes. What qualities will Manuel Gata bring to Man United, especially in the midfield?
Before getting to the Ugarte, you mentioned Moreno. I appreciate that deal, because if you see Moreno, he's a good player. He's a good midfielder. He's coming. He having an APL experience before. Remember, he's coming. He played for Newcastle. Yeah, he played for Newcastle before he left for La Liga. So it's a good signing for Newcastle, but and then for Arsenal, and then for Ugarte is a very, very, very important deal, because he's coming in to replace a very good take a very big role, because potentially we might be seeing Casemiro leaving Man United, and of course I give credit to his departure, because I see him as an aged player. He's not having the energy he used to play at Real Madrid again. From the last match they played against Manchester City, you see, not Manchester City, against Fulham, he lost a lot of chances. Despite the fact, I also give credit to him, because the stampeding, the way he goes in big matches, attacking, playing the dirty job, being the dirty role, I give credit to him. But the age is catching fast on him, and Ugarte coming in is going to be a very big replacement, and then creating a creativity, and then adding to the forward the attacking role. So I appreciate Man United for that.
Tomorrow is going to be the EPL match week 2. So we'll quickly look at the EPL match week 1, the results of the matches that were played previously. So that video is going to be played shortly. We'll look at the results of the match that was played in EPL match week 1. Match week 1 will have Manchester Fulham, where United defeated Fulham 1-0, and second was Ipswich Town with Liverpool. Liverpool won 2-0, and Arsenal Wolves. Arsenal are back again. They won 2-0, and Everton 0, Brighton 3. I was surprised with that result.
Yes, actually.
Yeah, Newcastle 1, Southampton 0. Northern Forest 1, Bournemouth 1, West Ham 1, Aston Villa 2, Brentford 2, Crystal Palace 1, Chelsea 0, Manchester City 2, Leicester City draw with Tottenham. Alright, and then week 2 we'll look at the fixtures, and this is just the table. That's how the table looks now. We'll look at the fixtures of tomorrow's EPL matches, and that video will be played quickly before we run up on Sport Time today. Tomorrow Manchester United are going to meet.
Going to Brighton.
Brighton.
As the first match.
Yes,
lunchtime kickoff.
Yes, it's going to be a cracker because
Brighton are looking so good.
Yes, they are always been good. I know. Remember the last time they started winning Everton at home. So it's going to be a cracker, and
the team is looking so well, so arranged.
So what's your prediction tomorrow's match?
Anyway,
I still predict 2-0.
No, for
against you.
Okay, I'm predicting a 2-2 draw.
Okay, it's going to be a 2-2 draw. Your prediction. This is where we'll draw the curtains for today's program. I hope you join us on Sport Time again Monday, where we give you all the interesting stories in the world of sports. I still remain your presenter, Frank Manyajo, and we'll be back here again on Monday. And keep a date with us. Have a lovely weekend and bye for now.